Drop in COVID cases seen with MECQ. Senate starts PhilHealth probe. Public transportation suspended again. Sabah talks possible with Duterte's support. May remittances dip 19.2%. Obiena wins silver in Itala contest. Miss World Pageant postponed. Dindo exits bar, Luzon to experience monsoon. Good morning, I am Sandy Locos and you're watching Tribune News on Q. Today is Tuesday, August 4, and now the news. The reimposition of a modified enhanced community quarantine in Metro Manila and its neighboring provinces can help contain the spread of the coronavirus by up to 70,000 cases this month. If it holds true, the figure would be a big slash from the 220,000 infections predicted by the end of the month by the University of the Philippines researchers. Professor Ranjit Reye, a member of the UP Department of Political Science and Octa research firm, said in a palace briefing that government is correct in deciding to return to MECQ despite it being costly. Metro Manila as well as Cavite, Bulacan, Laguna and Rizal reverted to MECQ starting Tuesday midnight until August 18, following the approval of President Rodrigo Duterte. This came as the country's COVID tally hit the 100,000 mark on Sunday, 6 months after the first confirmed case of disease was recorded in the country. Meantime, the Senate Committee of the Whole's investigation on several corruption allegations at the Philippine Health Insurance Corporation will push through today despite the modified enhanced community quarantine. The investigation will be conducted as the Senate itself was placed under enhanced community quarantine in support of the medical workers' call for a timeout due to an overwhelming number of coronavirus cases patients. Under ECQ, the Senate will allow virtual committee hearings like the one on PhilHealth and also bicameral meetings, Senate President Vicente Soto said. Soto added that they will compel the resource persons to physically attend the PhilHealth investigations as some of them may cite technical reasons to skip the probe. Among the issues expected to surface are the alleged overpricing of medical equipment, information system, test kits, and leakage in the finances of PhilHealth. Tribune News on Q will be back after a short break.
Nais po naming humingi ng paumanhin sa anumang pag-aalalang naidulot ng ating bills ngayong Mayo at Hunyo. Di po namin inasahan ang naging hirap para sa ating lahat dulot ng COVID-19 pandemic.
Pero nakapagbasa na kami ng Metro, kaya ang May at June bills ay may actual meter reading na ng inyong konsumo. Ito ay maaaring bayaran ng installment depende sa inyong konsumo noong February 2020. Kung wala sa bahay o sarado ang shop noong ECQ, makikita ang adjustment sa inyong bills ng Mayo o Hunyo. Kung nabayaran na ang inyong estimated March at April bills, pwede itong i-refund sa aming business centers or i-apply sa susunod na bills. Para naman sa mga di nakatanggap ng bill noong Mayo, huwag pong mabigla kung mataas ang ating bill sa Hunyo dahil sakop nito ang inyong nakonsumo noong ECQ. Pero para makagaan, 1/4 lang muna nito ang kailangan bayaran. Ang balanse, pwedeng i-installment.
At good news, bumaba ang overall electricity rates ng 2 centavos per kilowatt hour ngayong Hunyo. 2 buwan nang magkasunod ang pagbaba ng rates. Hanggang sa susunod na Meralco Advisory.
In other news, operations of jeepneys, public utility buses, taxis, Grab, FX, UV Express, point-to-point buses and motorcycle taxis were suspended today in Metro Manila under the modified enhanced community quarantine. The LRT, MRT, and PNR trains did not operate as well to comply with the MECQ approved by President Rodrigo Duterte on Sunday night, as recommended by Department of Health Secretary Francisco Duque III. As for air travel, budget carriers AirAsia, Cebu Pacific, and Philippine Airlines have suspended flights for the duration of the MECQ or until August 18. Tricycles will also not be allowed, but with exceptions subject to guidelines of the Interior Department and respective local government units. The Department of Transportation said only shuttles dedicated to frontliners and other workers in permitted industries will be allowed to run under their service category. The use of private vehicles with only one person per household would also be allowed to leave homes to buy necessities and necessary medical supplies. In other news, President Rodrigo Duterte's support for Philippine-Malaysia talks on an amicable solution to the Sabah territorial dispute, plus the unity of the heirs of the Sultanate of Sulu, are necessary for such dialogue to happen. The settlement of the Sabah issue is among the campaign promises made by President Duterte, the Sultanate's Prime Minister Amrusi Rasul said. The Tausug people will not forget his promise that he will give his full support to the Sabah claim, he added. Rasul also said they are asking the president to stand up for the people of Sulu as Malaysia failed to give back its part of the bargain since the last talk. He claimed that Malaysia promised them schools, hospitals, and scholarship programs for the Sultanate's youth. Shibu News on Q will be back after these reminders.
Ikaw ba ay may pack na cooking skills at bonggang-bonggang level of singing performance? Kung oo, baka ikaw na ang hinahanap na Phoenix Super LPG Calderoque Royalty. Para sumali, sundin lamang ang nasa website ng Phoenix Super LPG Calderoque at i-upload ang inyong best video na kumakanta habang nagluluto. I-like at i-follow ang Phoenix Super LPG page, Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao. Sarap pala magluto! Sali na!
Meanwhile, the repatriation of thousands of overseas Filipino workers in recent months have resulted to sharp drops in both personal and cash remittances in May. Latest data from the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas showed. Personal remittances from OFW amounted to $2.34 billion in May, 19.2% lower than the $2.89 billion record in May 2019, the BSP said. This brought the total remittances for the first 5 months of 2020 to $12.83 billion, a decrease of 6.4% from the $13.70 billion recorded in the comparable period in 2019. The central bank said this translates to a third consecutive monthly decline in personal remittances blamed on the adverse effects of the dreaded coronavirus disease. Likewise, cash remittances coursed through banks dipped by 19.3% to just $2.10 billion in May from the posted $2.60 billion in the same month last year. For the period of January to May 2020, cash remittances amounted to $11.55 billion, 6.4% lower than the $12.34 billion registered in the comparative period last year. In sports news, EJ Obiena kicked off his Olympic build-up on a high note as he claimed a silver medal in the men's pole vault event of the 13th Trevento International Meeting in Trieste, Italy. Obiena, the country's first qualifier to the Tokyo Olympics, soared over 5.45 meters to tie his golden performance in the 30th Southeast Asian Games last December. Rio de Janeiro Olympics champion Thiago Braz de Silva claimed the gold medal with 5.50 meters, while Italian star Max Mandusic settled for bronze with 5.35 meters. Philippine Athletic Track and Field Association President Philip Ella Huico said it was a job well done for Obiena, regardless of the color of his medal. After all, he was not in a perfect shape as his training was hampered by a back injury he suffered last month. Obiena is now set to see action in the prestigious Diamond League on August 14, followed a virtual tournament on August 17. GB News on Q will be back after a short break.
Araneta City, home to the country's first indoor shopping mall, the world's original thriller, and the first ever Bini Bini pageant. Now a place for your first win, your first catch, your first home, your first big break, your first date, and even your first love. Araneta City, the city of firsts.
In other news, the oldest running international beauty pageant, Miss World, has been postponed. Organizers said the decision was made to delay the 70th Miss World final to ensure the safety of participants in the face of the COVID-19 pandemic. World Chairman and CEO Julia Morley announced the postponement of the pageant on Monday. Reigning Miss World Jamaica's Toni Ann Singh will crown her successor in the latter part of 2021. Storm Dindo, meanwhile, has exited the Philippine area of responsibility and made landfall in the eastern coast of China. The southwest monsoon is affecting northern Luzon, while the low-pressure area spotted 300 kilometers east-southeast of Davao City at 3 a.m. still has a low chance of turning into a typhoon. However, the LPA is expected to bring cloudy skies and rains or scattered rain showers in Mindanao. The southwest monsoon is also expected to bring cloudy skies and scattered rains and thunderstorms in Ilocos region, Cordillera, Batanes, and the Babuyan group of islands. In other parts of Luzon, including Metro Manila, fair weather is expected with a humid noon and afternoon. The same areas can expect rains and localized thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening. GB News on Q will be back after these reminders.
With these cell sites, it affords us better cooperation and communication with the outside world because it is vital for FU and RMF to have this. We are now dependent on this cellular signal, and it has helped us a lot. Connectivity is not a problem because we allowed these cell sites to prevail and to be on our roof deck and our helipad. Hindi tayo mawalan ng signal sa lahat ng rooms namin dahil may cell site tayo sa taas. It's one of our major advantages. I think that's the greatest decision that I was a part of because if not, we would probably be in a worse case right now. I'm thankful that we allowed these cell sites to be installed. I'd like to think and hope that all hospitals have that. We have not had any case of cancer regarding cell sites. As a matter of fact, we employ many cell sites and many boosters inside the hospital. For us, it has saved lives. I think with this new normal, we have realized that we are more dependent on this technology. Cell sites, if not connectivity, are a must.
Catch the latest news on our website, tribune.net.ph, and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. The Daily Tribune is one with the nation in facing the COVID-19 crisis, and in line with this, the Daily Tribune digital edition on Press Reader is now available for free online. You can also download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store for iOS users and Google Play for Android users to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune is also inviting everyone to join its community Viber Kachibu to get updates on the freshest and hottest news and entertainment stories of the day. Tarcito emoticons are also available on our community Viber. Just click on the link in this video to join. Again, this is Sandy Locos and you're watching Tribune News on Q. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good morning and have a nice day.
In the days ahead, we need to lean on the values that make us a great company, the Malasakit, for which we are known, and the understanding that, as San Miguel, we stand for something far greater than ourselves. That we have responsibility to extend a hand to those who most need it. It is our sense of duty and obligation, pagkakaisa and malasakit, that will see us through these difficult times. Kwentong Malasakit.